Any young adult or any young person that's watching this right now, if you have an aide, let me tell you this. All of the top dogs have assistants. We should not have shame around needing help. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Into the void, into the cave. We are back. We're back. Season 2, Into the Cave. It's been a wild ride. I've been having a difficult time, I would say, balancing responsibilities, balancing interests, balancing motherhood, balancing being a business owner, balancing a lot. So I was thinking, when would I actually want to film again? When do I have the capacity or the space or the time? And I've been feeling so empty and full at the same time, meaning super full, overwhelmed. My heart has expanded. I have a 6-month-old baby girl now, and her and my son. It's one of the most beautiful things to watch, is their connection with each other. And I desperately want more time with them. And I also want more time with myself. So that's been the challenge. How can I be fully present for the things I truly care about, including myself, while I have this heavy weight to carry in regards to responsibilities? I am realizing my nervous system is a little more sensitive than it has been. So I'm having a challenging time making eye contact with the camera, and just having the awareness that the camera is here, because I'm in such a vulnerable space in my life right now. I'm tired of masking. It's been exhausting. And ironically, this being April that we share this episode, it is Autism Awareness Month. I've really been processing my life and how I've lived the majority of my life fitting a mold. It was almost implied throughout my life that my quirkiness, my need to speak in rhyme, rhythm, riddle, my need to sing or tap a beat on the desk in order to retain the information, that my natural way of being is a distraction. and is unwanted. And for some time, I really thought that I cured myself. When I would be excited about something and confident about something, and it maybe goes over someone's head, or maybe I missed the social cues, it would really discourage me from believing in myself. And I noticed that by studying other individuals growing up and mirroring them, I would then be accepted. And what makes me sad is I still continue to carry pieces of that narrative with me. So this season, we're going deeper into the cave by allowing ourselves to be fully seen, by taking it to the streets, to the beginning. The beginning. Because teenage me knew we have something to share, and we're so organized, we're so structured, and we have a solid vision, and we're going to make this happen at 13. And I really want to give her a chance. See, the adult version of me has been waiting to be found. Am I enough yet? I get to define what enough is. When I'm thinking about the beginning, I'm thinking about the little girl, little me, the curious version, the naive version, the version that had a million questions. A lot of things just did not make sense. Mom, why do we have to buy groceries from the store when animals can be found in nature, right? Yeah, the answer doesn't make sense to me. Wait, we have to buy seeds to grow a lemon? But where did the seed come from? Oh, Mr. Darden, if you're still out there, I wish I met you today. I wish that the school that you taught at, I can't even remember the name of my elementary school because of the trauma. So like I said, I wish that I met you today because I would have told you, hey, that kid that you think is a distraction, that kid that frustrates you, that kid that makes you feel like your intelligence is being challenged because you can't answer the questions because they are too philosophical for you. I wish you were curious enough to understand why, to see what my intention was for asking so many questions. Instead of telling me that I'm the most oblivious person that you have ever met. I didn't even know what that word meant. So, since we're in the age of AI, and things, I decided to ask this question. What would cause a teacher to tell a student that they are the most oblivious person that they've ever met? AI overview. A teacher might tell a student they are the most oblivious person they've ever met when the student consistently fails to pick up on obvious social cues, classroom norms, or direct instructions, creating significant disruption or frustration. This comment usually stems from a pattern of behavior where the student appears completely unaware of their impact on the classroom environment or ignores repeated warnings. Well, Mr. Darden, I'm on the spectrum. Everything that made you uncomfortable, I had no control over. So now let's erase the name. I'm talking to all of the teachers out there. I have a company, IBIM. I believe excellence is all of me. We provide therapeutic services. We provide social emotional learning curriculums. And it is vital and it is important for us to educate ourselves on how to best support our students who are neurodivergent. Because the way the educational system has been doing it has not been helpful. It's actually been harmful. So why do I tell this story? Why does it even matter? Because still to this day, unfortunately, it's hard for people to tolerate my natural expression. And I'm done waiting. I've been 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 patiently waiting. Patiently waiting for you. I've been patiently waiting. Patiently waiting for you. I've been waiting, 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 waiting. I've been waiting, 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 waiting. I've been patiently waiting. I've been waiting, waiting, 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 waiting. Sometimes I just break out in song, and that's okay. It's called stimming, for those of you who might not know. So if you see an individual maybe rocking to a sound or a beat that you can't hear, that's stimming. If you see someone flapping their hands in a rhythm in a way that you don't understand, that's called stimming. If you see the bounce, the jump, the scream, the that's stimming. That's stimming. It's okay. That's how we calm our nervous system. That's how we regulate ourselves. Can we exist? So this is the risk that I want to take on season 2. I want to start going out to the streets where the public is. No more waiting for someone to find me in my cave in Los Angeles. I'm going to be out there. And I want to channel. Whatever comes up, comes out. I will be giving invitations to the individuals who walk by that I feel magnetism towards. because I'm going to trust in the gift that I have to feel. No more muting that. I'll have my sensory tent to invite people to take a break with darkness. Be with self for a moment. I'll have my trusty blindfold. Let me out myself. You'll notice all of the projects that I have. Black Sun, Planet X, on the cover, blindfold. Because this world is overstimulating. It's too bright. There's too many ads. There's, look at this. Now look at that over there. No, don't look there anymore. Look over here. No, don't look over there. That's the wrong way. Look down here. Down here. That's not right. Look up there. Up there. That's too high. Look around there. And I'm so tired of it all. Okay, let's remember the spirit animal from the episode with Bova and I. We were talking about community. So we're actually starting this season with the ant. Community builders, teamwork, passing down the load, right? They roll together, right? Remember, when you see the rogue one, sometimes they look a little confused. So, what I love about my beautiful, full, neurospicy mind is I love questions. I love asking questions. And have you guys ever seen that video? And we're actually going to place it like right here on the screen of the ant where people draw a pin circle around an ant and then you see the ant and the ant's like walking around in circles and bumping against the seemingly the barrier that isn't actually there, but the ant just for some reason can't just walk right through. It's still flat ground. It's still a flat piece of paper. Why does the ant get caught in the circle is my question. A lot of people that look at this video, I just hear, oh my God, ha, 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 that's so cool. That's so cool. My brain goes, why do they walk around in circles? Why can't they get through the pin mark? So I'll tell you why. But before I go into the science of why they don't walk through the pin mark, I want to explain the difference between a life coach and a fully embodied, somatic, in tune, spiritually aligned, grounded being. So the life coach sees this video and then they do a little stitch thing, right? Y'all know on the TikToks and the Instagrams and the Facebook, and people borrow each other's videos and then like, look at this. Oh, whoa. Not, I'm not doing that. I actually hate trends. I'm like, can we be original? Can we be original, please? Okay, back to the story about the ant and why. That's another thing. This whole 3 minutes, if your reels are 3 minutes longer, if they're 3 minutes, period, or if they're longer, then we won't promote you to new audience. And I'm like, well, thanks, society, for doing what you always do. You're not thinking about those of us who might take more time to process. Now you're telling me I have to write a script, memorize it, and then speak it this way to what? Gain followers, to gain clients, to what? Trick people into working with me. Like, nah, I'm so over it. And yes, I know I went on a tangent. I'm neurodivergent, and this episode is about me owning it, so I'm going to own it. Back to the ant. I didn't lose my spot. I'm just following the trail. Stay with me. So a life coach would say, you see, you're that ant. You're that ant walking around in circles thinking there's a barrier that is not there. That's what a life coach would say. What I would say is, man, that ant looks lost. That ant looks confused. Why is it walking around in a circle? And then I'll look it up. And this is why ants get trapped in an invisible circle. It's so cool, it's so cool, it's so cool. No, actually, it's so cruel. It's so cruel because they can't find their way. The pen ink blocks their scent, so they can't smell the pheromones of their colony. So that one little ant that gets trapped in that pen circle is lost and then cannot survive without its colony. So these expectations that we place on people, you don't know people's inner world, internal landscape. This whole label of high functioning autism, figure it out. You don't look autistic. You're too pretty. You make eye contact. Yeah, because I studied everyone and then I forced myself to look into your eyes, which is why it's so comfortable now for me to do it if I set the intention. That doesn't mean that's natural for me. So, why is this relevant? This whole pen and the ant. Because some of us, we are that ant. And the only way we find our way is with aid. And we shouldn't have shame around that. We shouldn't be judged for it. Just because I look perfectly normal doesn't mean I am not having a hard time. So when someone says they need help and they are able to effectively communicate that, please listen. Okay, something that just came to me that I think is important to share. So I always had shame about having to have additional time to take tests, being in a smaller classroom. I started in general ed classes and then I was removed from general ed and then placed in special ed, right? And it was a huge, huge shift for me consciously because I did not understand why. You know, that wasn't clearly communicated. I didn't understand why. And they didn't have, like nowadays, they have blended classrooms, right? There's an option where there's a classroom with a general ed teacher and a special education teacher and an aide and a TA, right? And they all support the students in the classroom. And they have neurotypical students and neurodivergent students in the same classroom. I think that's a beautiful model. When I was growing up, that wasn't the case. I, who actually was verbal and had words, and as people said, seemingly high functioning, right? It was really confusing to me because I related more to the individuals in the general education classes that I was in. But then I needed support. And when I was in classes and receiving support, I couldn't communicate with my peers. A lot of them were nonverbal. And I want to say that I was so confused that it caused me to almost judge and not understand. It's hard for me to explain this. I'm like, yeah, it was, I don't understand that I'm not like this. But then I know that I'm a little different over here, but like, where do I fit in? Where do I fit? And the judgment and the teasing and the people that were my friends that then stopped being my friends because I was in a different class. That was very, very heartbreaking. And I think that was one of the moments where I realized my natural way of being was either too much or not enough. So I wanted to say that when I then needed that aid and support, when I had an individual come into the classroom to help me, and some of the kids, why does she get extra time? Why does she get help? Why can she talk out loud during the test, right? Things like that. Fast forward to today, I still need an aid. But I'm reframing, I'm really reframing the narrative around needing an aid. It's not that I need an aid because I'm helpless. I need an aid because this world is not built for me to thrive, and it expects me to be a mom, take care of a household, go to college. Don't just go to college, get a master's degree. Don't just get your master's degree, get your PhD. Don't just do that, get licensed, right? Like and then for all of that, then we can pay you what your value and your worth is. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm like, well, then where's my aid now? It's not realistic. I need an aid, and it's okay. So I want to reframe this for any young adult or any adolescent or any young person that's watching this right now. If you have an aid, if you have an IEP, right, a individualized educational plan, if you are in Fusion Academy, right? A school for those of us who have big emotions and might need that one-on-one support. Let me tell you this. Every high-level exec, okay? All of the people that they want you to look up to and strive to be, all of the roles, right, that they want you to play, all of the industries that they want you to graduate and then choose as your career, all of the top dogs have assistants and aides, okay? So just know they're just prepping you for your own company, for your own artistic expression, for your own project, okay? That's why you need an aid. You need an aid because your brain is focused on more important things. So yeah, let them aid you. We should not have shame around needing help. Actually, that could be for all of you. For everyone, all of us. Neurotypical, neurodivergent, alien, he, she, them, they, everybody. We all need help. So let's not shame those of us who either visibly show you that we need help or audibly tell you that we need help. It's normal. You didn't push yourself into this world. Talk to your mama. All right. This is what we're closing with. Ooh, look at that. Boundaries, armor, strength. Boundaries, armor, and strength. Fortitude. Fortitude is the mental and emotional strength that allows a person to face difficulty, pain, or adversity with courage. It primarily describes a steadiness of will and firmness of mind rather than literal physical power. Steadiness of will and firmness of mind. So in a nutshell, you're perfect the way that you are. I'm perfect the way that I am. I am so much more than I think. You are so much more than you think. I am enough. You are enough. Boundaries, armor, strength. Boundaries are the bumpers that we get to put in place that keep us safe. Armor. Know when to put it on. Strength. Know that nothing can take away your purpose, your mission, your destiny, your truth. So don't let it.